Welcome today. Welcome to the Maria Moore Show. I am your host, Maria, and today's episode, I have an amazing business that we want to highlight, and it's Tasty LLC. I have Amelia here with me, and Amelia, we were talking earlier about your catering business. And I wanted to ask the first thing I asked you about was the black cake. Now, we know that October, November, December is celebrations abroad, from Halloween to Thanksgiving to Christmas, even to New Year's. Tell me a little bit about that. First of all, I love the black cake. It is a Caribbean tradition, and I wanted to highlight it because it's actually healthy. Can you tell me a little bit more about how you prepare your black cake?
Well, first off, we start with the best ingredients, which is the best butter. And when we say butter, not butter spread or oil spread, we're talking about real butter. And then we
Mm.
start with soaking our fruits, which are like currants, raisins, prunes,
Oh, carrots.
peels,
Carrot.
in
Not carrots,
alcohol,
but
of
carrots,
course.
right?
Yes,
Currant. Uh-huh.
currants. Yeah. And
Uh-huh.
we soak that in alcohol and mostly like Bacardi, Guinness, those type of alcohol.
What?
Yeah,
So wait a
and
minute, this black cake, but it's not alcoholic once you bake it, right?
well, it burns off, of course. The
Yeah.
alcohol burns off, so it's not as strong as just drinking, a glass of wine or a glass of alcohol. And normally
Mhm.
that is soaked for like maybe up to a year or more in
Wow.
that bottle, and it's fermented, and then we start with creaming the butter and sugar, eggs, and
Yummy.
the very rich cake actually, because every pound of cake has 12 eggs.
12 eggs. So it's a
Yes,
good protein base.
exactly. It is rich, and it's for any festivity that you would choose to have. Your wedding cake. We've done for birthdays, anniversaries, anything. Just everyday cake. In the
Yeah, it
Caribbean,
really is
especially.
delicious. Yeah, it really is delicious. And I
Yeah.
think we talked about generally they sell it per pound, and we're gonna. So how are you selling it to make it like more affordable for people? Because you did mention that you had a sale this month.
Yeah, so what we are doing it per pan, which is like $50 for the standard pan.
Okay.
Anything over that, maybe it might be $60. It all depends on the size. We do not sell by weight because just 1 pound is $10, 9.99, $10 per
Wow.
pound. But just to make it affordable for our customers, we prefer to sell it per pan, depending on the size of that cake.
Awesome. And you're listening to Amelia of Tasty LLC. She is a part of our business network. She and her husband are amazing people. Today, our topic is about healthy relationships. And so we wanted to bring a little bit in about healthy foods before we got into some to do lists about how to do healthy relationships. So the second thing we talked about is you said you had a special recipe for a vegetable drink, or is it a medley? Some type of vegetable recipe.
So what we have, especially for vegetarians and vegans, we have something called citrus spare ribs.
Okay.
And we know a lot of people do not eat meat. In this time, a lot of people do not eat meat, but we also cater to those people, and we want to give them the same texture that you find with beef and any other lamb chops and that kind of stuff. And it's still something that they can really enjoy. It's tasty, it's saucy, it has
Yeah.
vegetables, it's very healthy, and you
Yummy.
you still get a lot. You still get a lot of flavor with that, even if it's vegan, vegetarian. So we want
Hmm.
our customers to feel like, don't think because it's not meat that you still can enjoy meat for the holidays or whatever occasion that you have going on.
Awesome. Oh, it sounds delicious. And how much does that generally run?
Well, it's $80 per pan, but that's a full pan, and that serves a
Mhm.
good 40 guests.
Okay, okay. Awesome. Well, I thank you for sharing it. And since we're talking about healthy relationships, I so enjoyed working with you guys. As I said, you're new to the business network. And for those who are just tuning in, this is More Maria Moore, and we do more live coaching. So in my coaching practice, I have enjoyed over the years, probably the last 10 years, I've been an entrepreneur for 30 or more, but I've enjoyed actually coaching entrepreneurs into growing their business. And we do this through our business network. And you were referred to us, and we talked about, we met together, we met, me, you, and your husband, about our business ideas. Tell me a little bit about your company, because you all have two, but Amelia Tasty, tell me about how it started and where do you plan to go with it?
Well, it started from my mom's kitchen.
Yeah.
So back in the islands, I've always liked cooking. I've always enjoyed cooking, and I'm one of the people who prefer you know eating my own food rather than going out to a restaurant. So anything that I feel like eating, I maybe just look it up and do my own twist and
Mhm.
get that going. And then my love for gatherings with family again. I love my family,
Yes.
my extended family, my sisters. Now I have a niece for the first time, so of
Oh,
course we'll be having a lot of that.
congratulations.
Thank you. So, I enjoy being with people. I think food brings people together. You
Yeah.
have a good set of food and everybody just sit and laugh and eat. And, I enjoy cooking and making people happy. And I think food is one of the things that, I've come across. Um, Another thing that we have going, we have a business on Amazon. It's called Haven Space Collections. And
Mm-hmm.
we have a lot of stuff for the holidays there. We have cheese boards. We have pampas grasses, different colors. We have tumblers on there, as well as
Mm-hmm.
we also have our website at havenspacecollections.com. So you can
Beautiful.
go out there and check out everything that we have for Christmas, going on, and, just enjoying seeing our Black community grow even with that.
Yes, girl, you yard girl for real. You got several gigs. I love it, right? That is so amazing. So when we met, let's talk a little bit about more, like, because I enjoy coaching. And so what did you pick up from me as we had our first meeting? We had our second meeting and we're on to something really awesome. Tell me a little bit that you picked up in our business coaching session, our first session.
What I've realized is that you've done your research. You know what you're talking about. So a lot of times, I'm sitting there with you and I'm thinking, but you're already ahead of the game. You
I
know
like that.
what
I agree
I'm
that.
about to ask you, and you
Yeah,
already have the answers that we were really looking for. We're looking for.
yeah,
One of you were very easy to talk to. I felt like I've known you for a really long time because I felt comfortable talking to you and telling you exactly, what I wanted or what we wanted in the business and what we were actually looking for, and you were well ahead of what we were really asking about.
yeah. I appreciate that because I really pride myself. Look, I make millions by making my businesses millions. And what I really like to do is establish healthy relationships. So in this segment, I want to talk about healthy relationships along the service. As a business, I, even though I'm coaching, I just feel like I'm serving you. You're a server, you serve food. And so even though I have a set way that I do things, I keep an open mind and an open heart to what works best for you. Now, of course, like, I have set ways that I set up my business, but my biggest focus is to be able to have a healthy relationship with that business owner, to understand what their goals are, understand where they want to go, where they've come from, what has been your struggle, and how we can make that process easy. So I'm glad. I really appreciate you saying that. I was easy to speak with because that's what I build it on. I'm building it on relationships with people who I can communicate with in a way that they clearly understand what they're doing. And one of the things you said, Amelia, and I'm just going to take your saying, you said, if you don't know, you don't know, right? And that's
Exactly.
what coaching relationship is about. Is going to someone who's more experienced in a particular area. It's a part of your development. It's not everything you're going to have to do to be successful, but having a coach is just that, going to an experienced person that can help you, that can guide you, that can navigate, maybe help you see some things that you didn't see before, but more importantly, to take you to your higher wisdom, because everything you have is on the inside of you. I believe that. I believe the answers for your life are in you. And so a coach helps you to open up and think, imagine, come up with new ideas, right? And set the stage for your success. So I thank you so much for being our sponsor for today. It's been awesome meeting with you and your husband. Did you have something to say about healthy relationships? You guys have been married for how long?
20 years, almost 21 years.
Oh, you
Yes.
guys. Oh, and you have how many children?
We have six, but we have three biological children.
Yeah, that. Awesome. But you all seem to have such a peace. Give us one ingredient to keep in that. Is it feeding him? Come on, tell us. What is it?
I think it's for
Because
us. It's
he's very
compromise.
happy. He's very comfortable. And you guys seem to have a great relationship. So
Yeah,
give us some tidbits.
I think for my husband and I, we it's about compromising.
Okay.
It's about compromising. It's not always my way or your way. It's what we wanting to make the other person happy. When we
Oh, that,
talk about vows 20 years ago, we said I do, and it wasn't just because everybody else was getting married. We really love each other. We really want to stay together. And the other
yes,
thing is God being in our life. We do not do things and go around without God being first in our lives. God
that's
is
beautiful.
we're in a triangle. God is at the top and
Woo,
we are at the bottom. And
that's
I think
awesome.
once we put God first, I think everything else will be okay. There'll be bumps and bruises, of course, but
Yes.
we'll be here for the long run. We're here for the long run.
I love it. I love it. You guys are so amazing together. There's so much peace in your relationship. Now, about those bumps and bruises, just give us one situation, or not, it don't have to be too detailed, where you were in a bump and a bruise. How did you get through it? What did you do? What did he do? And how did you all come to that successful point?
Well, I think one thing, when my husband was at school, it was not easy. We had children when he decided to go back to school. So
Mm-hmm.
money was tight, of course, and I wasn't working. I
I
was home
can
with our
imagine.
girls, and we didn't always have the things that we wanted, but we always
Yes.
had the things that we needed, and we just had to sacrifice, maybe not going certain places, not doing certain things, not buying certain things, just to get to reaching that goal. And today we have reached that goal, and we just have a better life because of the decisions that we made earlier in our relationship, such as going to school.
So when you were frustrated in those times, would you say that there were times you were frustrated that you didn't have what you needed? And when you were, what did you do? Did you talk to him about it? Did you complain? Did you pray? What did you do?
Well, I don't think I complained. I was really concerned. But for me, I think, and not just for me or family, God has always
Hmm.
been the focus of our lives. God
Hmm.
has always been the focus of our life. So a lot of times we didn't know where we were going, how it was going to work out, but we always knew that it would work out because God has never, you know, led us astray. We've always focused on Him. And as you say, even when I was frustrated, but it wasn't frustration where, like, man, I wish I had that. It was
Yes,
like,
it wasn't
Amelia,
without
be
hope. It
patient.
wasn't without hope.
Right. It was
It was
like,
you
be
were in a
patient. It's
process.
coming.
Yeah, that's
It's
it. That's
coming.
it.
Just a matter of time. It's coming.
That's
Yes.
faith. Now we know your husband. We talked about this. He's the peaceful, loving, going guy. So did that help, or were you the fireball and he's the peace one? I mean, how did that work? Because you said he did appear to always be calm, but I know about quiet people. You still have to watch out for that.
He is calm, and he is calm in almost every situation. I mean, even if the waters were reaching the roof, he would be
Yeah.
calm. He would find a way to
Okay.
keep us safe somehow. But he is the one who holds it all together. I'm the one who is more like, okay, feisty. What do we do now? I'm the fighter. He's the one that, babes, just relax. It's gonna be
Yeah.
okay. So he
That's
he I
awesome.
met that in him 20 something years ago, and he
Mhm.
still kept that. So I know he is really true, to that. That's just who he is. He's just the calm, just sweet, just the best. I'm not
Yeah.
saying that because I'm on here. That's my perfection that God has given me. Yes.
Beautiful. And we're going to have him talk to men because that's actually masculine energy. Men are supposed to be able to keep their emotions together a lot better than what we are, right? And
Yep.
that's what I see in him. I see in your relationship that you have the freedom to feel and express, and he's the one that can come alongside and be that strong anchor to say, okay, I understand what you're feeling, and this is what I need you to think about. So,
Yep.
uh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So that's perfect, because we're going to be talking about masculine and feminine energy. And in today's world, many cultures and many communities, people are offering other things other than that original kind of relationship that God has given. And what they're finding out is that no matter what relationship you choose, there's going to be difficulties. And I think the further you are away from God's ordained order in relationships, and that is the male and the female having that unity, walking together in love, where a relationship is built on love. You said we really love each other. We love God, we really love each other, and that's the focus. It's not a power play. It's not about who's in power, because we know that we both are submitted under God. And so we want to make each other happy. I heard you say I want to be with someone who want to make me happy, because if you go in a relationship and you're only focused on making your happiness and what makes you happy, then when did you get a chance to think about the other person? So you said you all really want to make each other happy, and that is so awesome. Thank you for sharing that with us. Is there any other thing that you would like to say to couples or in relation to healthy relationships?
I think one thing that I would say is, like, be your own person, be your own couple. Don't, look around on Instagram and see people do things, or Facebook and whatever, wherever, social media. They do
Mhm.
their own thing. They do what is best for them. You do what is best for you, because you know your
Yeah,
spouse better than anybody else, would know that person. Do what
yeah,
makes you happy. If it means you sit on the couch all day watching each other, watching television, if that's what it is, then enjoy that time with that person.
right.
Just, enjoy your relationship with that person, with God, with family. And I think once you do that, I think the sky's the limit.
Yeah, I love you saying enjoy, because right before we came on, I had listed three things that I thought would be best. And I'm single again. And in the long term relationship that I was in, it was never really any fun. It was me managing that other person because of the level of their health. And now that I'm dating again and single again and almost planning to get married again, I'm excited, right? I'm thinking Amelia's going to do my reception, but I'm excited about it. But one of the things that stuck out to our relate is that we know how to have fun. Just being it together, not, you want a centralized vision, you know where you want your life to be, but also we just know how to just chill out and have fun. I throw in a t-shirt, a pair of jeans, we watch TV, nothing more, nothing less. There's no alternative motives. We just enjoy being with each other. So I like that you brought out just having fun. And that's what we do in our practice, because I found that interpersonal skills over it really goes into your business associations, everything, being patient with people, knowing, being around people that have a grace for your personality. They're not trying to change you. Like you said, have your own relationship. So just being who you are in your relationship and choosing to be with people who actually enjoy you, the essence of who you are. And I
Right.
think that that's, also important. And that's about, like you were saying, just be your own self. So if you're around people who accept you, because love is first acceptance, I
Mhm.
accept you for who you are and for how you're made. So if we could do that, then maybe during the holidays, we can continue to have a really amazing time with some
Yeah.
black cake also. Thank you so much for joining us on today. It was a pleasure meeting with you, and I look forward to us keep working together. Thank you for coming on today.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you for having me. Have a great evening.
You too. Hi there. Welcome back to the Maria Moore Show. I'm your host, Maria. And I just want to talk to business owners today. More Business Solution is a business network of more than 1,000 businesses. That's right. We're 1,000 strong, and we coach you to reach your next level of growth in your business. We want to empower at least 1,000 more businesses where at least one person in your family owns a business. Let me tell you a little bit about how I started years and years and years ago. That tells my age. But when I was a very young person, I went into business, and throughout my business journey, I was working in ADT corporate, and I've had a few other jobs. But for the most part, I kept my business running. So, our goal is to help at least one person in your family to start a small business. Why? Because business can literally take your family to an entire different economic level, and we can show you how. We have designed what we call the business map. Is it a chart? Is a chart a charted way, an organized way for you to get your business from here to there. And we help you to do that. Coaching is a part of your development. It's really about you having people that give you access to information, inspiration, motivation, which comes from within, but then we empower you to know how to grow your business. It's really hands on. And you can contact us at morebusinesssolution.com or call us at 240-470-5946. Leave your number, leave your, reach us on IG. We're on Instagram as More Live Coaching. However, you can connect with us on all our social medias, but we want to help you grow your business. So even if you're working today, and you have an idea, you have an invention, something, we're here to help you to grow your idea and monetize it so you can improve the economic base of your business. And later on, and during this segment, we'll also talk to you about if you want to be a homeowner. If you're a first time homeowner or in the places that you choose to purchase can make it more available to you. So we're just here to be a blessing to you. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Maria Moore Show. On next week, we have a dynamic topic, people who will come in and share their story with you about how they grew their life. And we want you to be a part of our journey, and we want to be a part of your journey. Thank you so much for tuning in, and give us a call 240-470-5946, or hit us up on all our social media channels. We're taking your questions, your answers, and we're doing Facebook Live as well so that you can get on site more live coaching just for you. Thanks for tuning in.